Lao Tzu is a legendary religious figure associated with the revolutionary concept of Taoism, which emphasizes the natural flow of nature. He's credited with composing the Tao Te Ching, one of the main texts of Taoism. His work had a profound influence on subsequent Chinese religious movements and philosophers, and has been extensively annotated and praised. However, it's important to note that the existence of Lao Tzu is debated amongst various historical and religious sources. In this video, we aim to delve into the mystical chronicles of Lao Tzu and explore his lifelong journey in revealing the Tao. Several religious as well as historical texts account for Lao Tzu's journey, beginning from his birth to his reincarnated forms. The first mention of Lao Tzu can be found in the Shiji, also known as Records of the Grand Historian by Sima Qian, which dates from the 1st century BC. The Shiji provides valuable insights into the beginnings of Lao Tzu's journey. According to this ancient record, Lao Tzu hailed from Chu, a southern state located in the Zhou dynasty. His birth date is commonly assumed to be on the 15th day of the second month of the Chinese calendar. The Shiji also includes details about Lao Tzu's parents. His father was the censor-in-chief of the Zhou dynasty, and his mother was Lady Yizhou. Moreover, the text mentions variations by which Lao Tzu went, including his surnames Li and Dan, and his given name According to one account, Lao Tzu assisted as the guardian of the archival records for the court of Zhou. As a guardian, he had the privilege of accessing the writings of the revered Chinese deity, the Yellow Emperor, along with other classical texts from that era. In a chronicle by Zhuangzi called Zhuangzi, there have been accounts of a meeting or possibly multiple meetings between Confucius and Lao Tzu. As depicted in the text, there exists an intriguing account of a brief encounter between Lao Tzu and the esteemed philosopher Confucius. During this meeting, Confucius sought advice from Lao Tzu regarding matters of ritual. In response to the guidance received, Confucius expressed admiration for Lao Tzu's wisdom and insights. On the basis of these traditional texts, it can be confirmed that Lao Tzu was a senior contemporary of Confucius. The historical text, Shiji, provides significant revelations into Lao Tzu's pursuit of the Tao and cultivation of virtue, shedding light on his dedication to modesty and indifference to fame. During his time in the Zhou dynasty, Lao Tzu observed its decline, prompting him to make the momentous decision to depart from the region. He journeyed towards the northwest border, where he encountered a border official named Yin. Impressed by Lao Tzu's wisdom, Yin implored him to record his teachings, resulting in a book comprising approximately 5,000 Chinese characters. This book, written by Lao Tzu at Yin's request, is known as the Tao Te Ching. Yin, deeply influenced by Lao Tzu's profound insights, chose to become his disciple. This truly encapsulates the impact of his teachings that went far beyond his homeland. The mythology of Lao Tzu gained religious significance throughout the Han dynasty. He came to be regarded as a deity, especially when Taoism became an organized religious institution. As Tao philosophy gained momentum, it resulted in the establishment of the first organized religious Taoist sect, known as the Way of Celestial Masters. It was established during the Han dynasty in the 2nd century BC by Zhang Daoling, who claimed to have received revelations from Lao Tzu. This sect played a significant role in the development and spread of religious Taoism. Taoist mythology also includes multiple traditions regarding Lao Tzu's birth and life. According to these legends, the philosopher's birth was heavenly in nature. Lady Yizhou was claimed to have conceived Lao Tzu while gazing at a falling star. Interestingly, he's said to have remained in his mother's womb for an astonishing 62 years before being born. Upon birth, Lao Tzu appeared as a fully grown man with a long grey beard and long earlobes, symbolizing wisdom and a long life. Various myths state that Lao Tzu reincarnated 13 times after his initial life. In his final incarnation as Lao Tzu, his lifespan went to 999 years, during which he travelled to reveal the Tao. The Tao Te Ching is a complex text with multiple interpretations throughout history. It has been seen as a guide for personal growth and governance, a metaphysical treatise, and a source of mystical insights. One perspective views the Tao Te Ching as embodying deep mythological consciousness, drawing from myths of chaos and the great Mother Earth goddess to shape Taoist understanding of the cosmos and humanity's place within it. Another viewpoint considers Tao Te Ching as expressing profound mysticism, with debates about influences from Indian or unique Chinese mysticism. While the presence of ecstatic vision in the text is disputed, mystical elements are acknowledged to varying degrees. Some combine mystical and mythological approaches to emphasize the religious significance within the text. Tao Te Ching can also be seen primarily as a philosophical work, offering metaphysical descriptions of reality and insights into Taoist self-cultivation and control. It emphasizes practical applications and worldly involvement, promoting a lifestyle of simplicity, serenity, and freedom from desire. Additionally, it's regarded as a text on peace and socio-political order, offering strategic proposals to address moral and political confusion. It presents an ideal often associated with a primitive society, characterized by simplicity, harmony, and contentment. Throughout his teachings, Lao Tzu introduces a myriad of concepts and symbols centered around these four essential principles: Tao, representing the way; Te, embodying virtue; Ziran, denoting naturalness; and Wuwei, embracing the notion of non-action. These can be explained as follows. Tao is the fundamental concept in Taoism and can be understood as the underlying principle of natural order of the universe. It's often described as a path or a flow that encompasses everything in existence. The Tao is beyond definition and cannot be fully grasped by the intellect alone. It's ineffable, transcendent, and formless. The Tao is the source of all things, and aligning with it brings harmony, balance, and wisdom. Te refers to the inherent power, integrity, and virtue that arises from living in accordance with the Tao. It's the expression of one's authentic nature and the embodiment of moral excellence. The three jewels of Taoism refer to the three virtues of Taoism that serve as the essential aspect of the Taoist path and philosophy. These three jewels are compassion, moderation, and humility. Compassion is regarded as the first jewel of Taoism. It emphasizes the cultivation of kindness, empathy, and benevolence towards all living things. It encourages individuals to practice compassion by showing respect, understanding, and helping to relieve suffering. Moderation, the second jewel of Taoism, advocates for living a balanced and harmonious life by avoiding extremes and excesses. It encourages individuals to embrace simplicity, frugality, and self-discipline while avoiding overindulgence and attachment to material possessions or desires. The third jewel, humility, focuses on the cultivation of a humble attitude and recognizing one's place in the grand scheme of things. It involves letting go of ego, accepting modesty, and acknowledging the limits of one's knowledge and abilities. These three jewels provide guiding principles for Taoist practitioners to develop virtuous qualities and harmonize with the natural flow of the Tao. These three jewels align with the foundations of Taoist philosophy and serve as guiding principles for personal and spiritual growth. These virtues are not merely an external display of goodness, but a deep internal quality that influences one's thoughts, actions, and relationships. Ziran can be translated as self-so or spontaneity. It's the state of being in harmony with one's own true nature, and the natural world. It's about allowing things to unfold naturally without excessive interference or artificiality. By embodying Jira, individuals cultivate a sense of ease, simplicity, and contentment, recognizing that they're an integral part of the larger natural order. Wuwei is often translated as non-action or non-doing, but it doesn't mean complete inactivity or passivity. Instead, it refers to a state of effortless action that arises from aligning with the Tao. Wuwei is about acting in a spontaneous, intuitive, and harmonious manner without unnecessary struggle or resistance. By practicing Wuwei, individuals tap into the power of the Tao, making choices and taking actions that are in harmony with the greater whole. Lao Tzu employs metaphorical and poetic language to convey his teachings, emphasizing the principles of harmony, balance, and the interplay of contrasting forces. He describes a progression from unity to duality and eventually to a trinity. According to his works, the Tao, which can be understood as the underlying essence or source of everything, gives rise to unity. This unity represents the initial state of oneness, where all things are interconnected and undifferentiated. From this unity, the duality of Yin and Yang emerges. Yin and Yang are complementary forces that together encompass the full spectrum of existence. Yin represents qualities such as darkness, coldness, passivity, and stillness. It is associated with the feminine aspect. Yang, on the other hand, embodies qualities like light, warmth, activity, and assertiveness, and is associated with the masculine aspect. Lao Tzu emphasizes that yin and yang are not opposing forces, but rather complementary and interdependent aspects that give rise to each other. They're like two sides of a coin, existing in a dynamic and harmonious relationship. Lao Tzu suggests that the harmonious balance between yin and yang within oneself allows the flow of qi energy. Qi is the life force or vital energy that flows through all living beings and the universe. When yin and yang are in balance, qi energy can circulate freely, leading to vitality, well-being, and spiritual harmony. Lao Tzu encourages individuals to cultivate this balance within themselves, allowing the qi energy to flow smoothly and harmoniously. However, Lao Tzu goes further and explains that these two forces are not the only way to understand the world. He introduces the idea of a trinity, which shows that things in the world have more than just two opposing aspects. The trinity is like an expansion of yin and yang. It represents the complex and dynamic nature of existence. Lao Tzu believed that reality is constantly changing and interconnected. Instead of viewing the world as a simple clash between two forces, he saw it as a rich tapestry of different aspects and forces coming together. This perspective encourages us to appreciate the diversity and interconnectedness of everything around us. It reminds us that things are not fixed in rigid categories, but rather have multiple dimensions and possibilities. In essence, Lao Tzu's understanding invites us to embrace the complexity and ever-changing nature of existence. In Taoist philosophy, the term revelation of the Tao pertains to the process or state of comprehending and directly experiencing the essence of the Tao. It involves gaining insight into the fundamental essence and natural order of the universe, as well as aligning one's actions and mindset with the principles of the Tao. To reach the revelation of the Tao, Taoist practitioners engage in various practices and contemplative techniques. These may include meditation, internal alchemy, which is the circulation of energies within the body, mindfulness, and self-cultivation. Through these practices, individuals aim to quiet the mind, harmonize the body and spirit, and dissolve the illusions of ego and dualistic thinking. The revelation of the Tao is not a single, definitive moment, but an ongoing journey of deepening understanding and spiritual growth. It goes beyond intellectual comprehension and invites a direct and experiential connection with the essence of existence. Through the revelation of the Tao, individuals seek to attain spiritual enlightenment, inner peace, and a profound sense of harmony with the world around them. It's a transformative process that leads to a deep understanding of one's true nature and the interconnectedness of all things. The revelation of the Tao encourages individuals to live in accordance with the principles of the Tao, embracing qualities such as simplicity, compassion, humility, and non-attachment. By aligning with the Tao and embodying its wisdom, individuals can navigate life with grace, clarity, and a sense of purpose. Lao Tzu's teachings have left an indelible mark on Chinese philosophy, spirituality, and culture. His insights into the nature of the Tao and the principles of balance, simplicity, and harmony have shaped the way people perceive the world and their place in it. One of the key aspects of Lao Tzu's philosophy is the emphasis on living in harmony with nature. He encourages individuals to observe and align themselves with the natural rhythms and cycles of the universe. This perspective fosters a deep appreciation for the interconnectedness of all things and promotes a sense of unity in the world. Lao Tzu's teachings extend far beyond China's borders and have gained international recognition. His teachings have resonated with individuals from various cultural backgrounds who seek spiritual insight, personal growth, and a more balanced way of living.